All right, good afternoon, guys. Do we have any people in the chat? Let me see real quick. Yo, hey, what's up, man? What a good timing. I just got home from work. That nice. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Just like want to observe what just want to observe this day right here with you guys. Quick live stream. I don't know if it's gonna be long. I don't know if it's gonna be short. I have no clue, right? We're here for let me just drop my music slightly. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe you guys hear it actually. Can you guys hear the music? No, right? There. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I don't hear it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure there's no music. Otherwise, I'll just close it, right? Because it's on my speaker right now. But the speaker is kind of like close from the mic, or sometime it can pick it. So if you guys hear the music for some reason, just tell me, right? Let's take a look right here. What's going on this day right here? That's our open value we have right here at 6 p.m. 27,403. And why is, let me see real quick. Friday close, Sunday open. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure that the framework was fine right here. So I'm on a 15-minute chart. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. These are like, sounds like a lot of stuff, but that's pretty easy to understand when you understand it. So like we have these 1 hour individually higher time frame candles. So these are like specific 1 hour, 6 p.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. Okay. So what I'm currently looking at is basically that imbalance that we have right in between 7 low and 9 high. We already picked the 9 high, which is 27,435. Very interesting high. And that's also midpoint of the distribution we get right here. So like that red line that extend, right? And if you understand as well where we are right now, okay? You guys can hear me, right? Make sure. So I want to make sure the mic works. Like imagine I'm just like moving the mouse like this. There's no voice, right? Can you guys hear me? Quick check, quick audio check. I have to make sure sometimes, the audio is weird. 5 out of 5, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, man. So what I was saying is I was saying that where we are right now on this day, if we look at the high of the day at 27,542.5 at 10 p.m., we'll look at the low of the day at 27,298.5, 9:45 a.m. Currently, we are at -2, or is it like minus? Yeah, we're basically like 3 points below the equilibrium of the current daily range. Okay, so like that percentage base right here that you see on the dashboard, maybe it's too small. Let me just glow up that a little bit. Let me put it like huge. I think it's gonna be super huge, but let's see, right? See that plus 3% that you see right here? That's our current midpoint of the day, 27,420 and 50 cents. All right. That itself right here is the midpoint of the current daily range. If you look at current price, 27,423, 422 and 00. So like we're slightly in premium, right? You see like the background is kind of red or pink or whatever. It's because we're 1% above the equilibrium of the current daily range. I can hear myself. What the hell? Okay, sorry. I was like having the audio on my YouTube page here. So I was hearing myself speaking. I was like, what? All right, so you see right here, like 0%. We're exactly on the current equilibrium of the day, 27, 4, 20, 50. Right, so like see 0%, right? So like we're perfectly on it right now. Sounds funny, right? So that is a very critical point from the daily high to the daily low. We understand that we formed the high of the day in Asia session. We formed the low of the day in New York session, AM session. And the PM session, as we're like inside the 30-minute opening range of the PM session right now from 1:30 to 2 p.m., right? We are retracing inside the range. Okay, so like from that high to 10 p.m. to that 9:45 low that we have right here, right? The current daily candle is bearish. Okay, like the bias is bearish. Then from that low, we have a retracement inside the range. What's the function of that retracement is to go back for imbalances. Okay, imbalances are fair value gap. You have one right here. And that's the thing. I cannot anchor my magnet on these right here. So I have to plot it manually. And that's a bearish imbalance. So I would put it like red. Okay. Not orange, but red. So we're like diving into that. And then I'm going to stretch that to sort of 7 low right here, isn't it? It's this one right here. Okay, now it's perfect. So I have the perfect data point here. And for the low, it has to be the 9 candle high. So the 9 candle high is currently 27,435. So I'm just gonna set it here, 27,435. There we go. And is there no? I think there's no. It's 0 0. Perfect. See, now that imbalance is perfectly set here, so we can like look at the lower time frame and find out how price is behaving inside of that imbalance here. Then we have our previous daily high, 27,462. That liquidity has already been taken right here at 8:45 p.m. in Asia sessions. It's been taken in Asia session. Okay, so that is nice. We're trading currently above the open of the day, 27,403. We're above that 6 p.m. open value here. We are above the 1 p.m. value here as well. In terms of liquidity, we have these low resistance on these high right here. The signature that I really like right here is like that bullish candle that formed the 945, that formed the low of the day. It's closing bullish, right? You see that candle right here? Don't be surprised if the stream's getting caught out right here. Look, that candle here is bullish, right? What does that mean, right? I mean that this candle here changed the state of delivery on its own from a low that is the low of the day. And then every candle that retraced inside right here didn't pick that low here and then start re-expanding again. Okay, I don't know if you guys get that point. But that's a solid rejection block here. And if you grade that wicks right here, let me see real quick. We're just going to do some science here. It's 90% retracement. Oh my. Okay. I like it. And that's our 4-hour low right here. I mean, not right now because it's a new 4-hour low at literally at 53-second in right here. Let me put back this little thing normal maybe, right? Normal would be fine, I believe. If I put it small, can you guys read it? On my screen, it's super clear, but maybe on the stream it might be slightly small. But let's see, right? Hey, what's up, man? Good afternoon. So what are we doing right now is we're looking at this sell side imbalance that form in between 7 low and 9 a.m. high. We understand that this candle here the one that I'm pointing at, that formed the low of the day, has changed his own state of delivery on his own body. And then we got 90% retracement of that low, but didn't take that low. That's interesting. In term of efficiencies on the 15-minute chart right now, if we look at the entire from the low to the current dealing range midpoint, I don't see any imbalances inside of that. You see, like all of the candle overlap pretty nicely. There's an immediate rebalance right here. That candle was flying. There's one bearish candle here that's been trading through the relative equal high. Return for that bearish imbalance. That bearish candle here didn't take the low right here. That candle's flying at 1 p.m. higher, taking these low resistance liquidity run on the high right here. Now, that 2 p.m. candle is basically expanding lower on its own body. I don't know why I'm pressing that W, man. So I would work with that 1 hour PM dealing range, basically. So we could see like an expansion lower, taking that 12 o'clock high. 27,406.50. Let me note down my notepad real quick, okay? A brand new page for today. I didn't trade this morning. I was busy with some stuff, so basically remaking my entire driveway with, brand new asphalt. So, all right, 27,406.50. Okay. Hi from South Africa. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Kevin? Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? So I like that height from 27,406.50. That's an area where we could potentially go, create the low of that hour. And what's the midpoint of that hour here? We have the high 27,439.75 and 27,380.25. We're divided it by 2. Give us the midpoint. This is basically right here. Hey, what's up, man? How's everybody doing, man? You guys have a great weekend? Guys, if you have any question on the mentorship as well, like you could ask in the chat. I'll answer that for sure. Obviously, it's better if you can kind of like ask the question on the specific video, so it's just easier for me to like track these things. And also, like, I can literally just respond easier, like, on what you're basically asking for, so I can refer to the videos itself and understanding like that your question is basically something like this. So that's our imbalance here. We just basically go above these high right here. Like all of these range on a 15-minute, they're very efficient. The only thing I don't like in terms of efficiencies is that little low right here. It's 130 low right here. So that 130 low is basically expanding higher and never really create a bottom wicks on it. So that's what I call an imbalance as well. We can also realize that 4 a.m. wicks, the bottom wicks right here that started that rally price right here, and basically extend that through the candle and utilize that range here. So like, look, I'm going to do it the way I was explaining here. See this rejection here, right? It's going to be hard to adjust because I don't have the magnet on this one here. I would need to like go on the 4. I mean, I could use, let me see, 4 open. Let me see. There we go. We're just going to do it manually. 4 open to the 4 low, which is basically that one here. And then now we have that wicks right here. So I can use like, because like you see that wicks started that move higher. So I can reutilize this as like kind of a reclaim rejection block. So I don't want to like go too deep, but. And then I'm going to use like a gray box on that, okay? Just don't want to put too much attention on it. Like This would be fine with no border, obviously. All right. Now we're kind of like going 5 minutes. Want to see what's going on here. In terms of efficiency on the 5 minute, we have a slight bullish imbalance right here. Seems like there's no volume imbalance here. You see, that's been filled pretty nicely right here. That's great. Got high resistance on these high, but if we take that high and this high, that's low resistance overall. We got our 15-minute sequencing right here too. These are nice because like now on the 5 minute, you can see the first 15 minute of the 4 hour candle, the last 4 hour 15 minute. See, in between the 12 high and our 2 low, we have that imbalance still right here. So I'd like basically to fill this imbalance here. The one from the 1 hour, that's basically from 7 low to the 9 high. That pocket right here. Okay. The NWAG was pretty small, but I think it's, yeah, we're inside of it right now. Do I have my NWAG right here real quick? Because I could flip it on. We could see. I think it's maybe not on this. Yeah, it's right here. Mm-mm. Yeah, we're basically inside of it. Great call, dude. Yeah, for some reason, why I don't have the midpoint on that? I think it's because it's too small. It has to be too small. That's why it has no midpoint. Because it should have the midpoint on it. Let me see if I'm turning 1 right here. Yeah, it's too small. That's why. What's the distance of that real quick? It should have the midpoint. Why it doesn't have the midpoint? I don't know. It might be bug. I don't know. Yeah, it's not ready yet. I haven't like really work on it still. Got a nice high resistance CPT on the 15 minute 115. So these two right here, yeah. But I'm still bullish, man. It's a thing, right? Look, I bought NQ at 23,000. I'm still on this trade right now, so I let you imagine how much it would be fun, right? I watched all your 2026 mentorship until now, find it interesting, so I was wondering what could learn about in the private one. So in the private one, obviously, I have more stuff that I have talked about that not really, you cannot really put these things in public, right? To be honest, like it's not a secret, but it's kind of like some stuff that I don't want to put in public yet because I'm too small. Like in terms of creators, right? If you think about the size of who I am, I'm too small. Like so, if I'm releasing something like this on the public side, automatic. Look, I just even talk about some new stuff like in the last couple of weeks, and immediately everybody's grasping this and selling the information. I don't want to see that. That's annoying, man. It's like I'm literally giving it for free, but like some people steal the information and try to sell it. So, and that make them look so good, right? That sounds like so good. Oh man, you guys are so good. But look, I've been studying these things for 10 years, man. That's why there's revelation that happened when you're there for a long time. It's. And as I said, I want to gatekeep this year, right? But obviously, like I said, you get more stuff. Like it started in 2024. So I get all the stuff from 2024. I get all the stuff from 2025 in the private section. And also, you get into the You get into my Discord, so you know these are the thing that we talk about a lot of thing in there sometime. Don't forget to like the live stream. Yes, man. If you guys could like this, that would be nice. 27,435 yesterday's settlement price. Must be random, right? So yeah, range trader basically went through the private section. I'm going through 2024 mentorship now, and it's absolutely amazing. The market structure conversation are out of this world. Man. That's great, man. Yeah, let me see the I'd like to see the 30-minute opening range here. Let me close this. Let me flip that beautiful machine. I'm on a 15-minute. It has to be on a 1 minute if you want to see it. Okay. See, that's our AM opening range right here, low. That's the AM opening range high. From 9:30 to 9:45, which is 9:52 in a 1 minute. Oh, there. I have like a problem with my chart right now. You see, there's a lack of data here, so I would like need to close TradingView and reopen it. This is annoying, man. This is really annoying. See, like the first presented fair value was right here. That's a bullish one, interesting, right? And it's been reclaimed on the C right here multiple times. Like that C right here, one time, second time. The upper quadrant here, 27,400. Reach back for the high, which is basically that imbalance that we have in between 7 low and 9 a.m. high. That's this high right here. Right, so look, I'm gonna go back on this right here. And I'm then seeing this in the global, okay? And now we're going back on this right here, and you can see that's the imbalance I was talking about here. So small first presented fair value gap on the PM session here. I'm asking because the public mentorship blown my mind. It's so hard to me to imagine something more than that. Oh yeah, dude. Like we've been talking about a lot of things. It's obviously some pretty fun stuff. I mean, look, like I would say 90%. Maybe I don't want to like speculate too much on these percentage base, but I would assume that a lot of people in there would already like refound their subscription. You know, it's kind of free to be honest. You know. Not because like they just like, you know, all right, I'm signing up and then I'm gonna refund my subscription. That's not how it works, right? You have to put a little bit of time to really go through the entire stuff. But obviously, like, man, I would have paid more than that for that information back then. You know what I mean? What's up, Castellian, man? How you're doing? But yeah, I've been focusing on high quality value stuff. You know, obviously my stuff doesn't have the cool editing, the cool transition in between clips and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not very corporative. You know, I'm just like one clip recording from the beginning to the end, and that's it, right? Were you a charter member? No, but I have kind of been into because you know I have all the content basically, so I've went through the entire stuff. So I've studied everything basically. I got all the content and I have, studied everything since 2011. So like these first videos that ICT put out there, which come back like to the baby Pip story kind of stuff, and these are basically very old videos, like, and they're pretty interesting. He was like basically inviting people to his home and eating pizzas and everything. That was wild, man. So I got some videos that dates from there, and so I've seen pretty much everything you can imagine about this guy. And I'm pretty grateful about it because that type of information can change your life, obviously, right? Yeah, I'm not doing any like editing or anything like that. Just pure recording, even if I'm doing any type of mistake or like whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just keep going. I'm just saying, like, look, that's not what it is. Like, I just said this, or that's an error, and you just keep going. I don't really want to get like become like an editors and doing these funny thing, and it's not what I like. So, any Obsidian tutorial? I've done these Obsidian tutorial in my private section, really. Oh, but maybe, yeah, maybe. Now with AI, you can go fucking nuts with Obsidian, man. It's like a turbocharger, really. All right, so our current 4 hour, our current 1 hour, and our current 15 minute is bullish right now, and let me explain you why. Okay. Some people's gonna say, "What the fuck?" Because they didn't like listen the 2026 mentorship I've working on. Okay, so like we're just gonna divide the screen from 2 p.m. right here, right at 2 p.m. And I remove this. If we look at every single candle that we have right here in this current 4 hour, in this current 1 hour, okay, from that first right here, that's the first candle. The second candle is basically bearish, right? So like the initial candle is bearish, the second candle is bearish, right? Creating the low of that hour, that 4 hour. Like that's an hour and a 4 hour combined right now. Okay. That is our current low of the 1 hour. Okay, this one right here. So if price wants to go back for that low, now it's changing the bias of that 4 hour and that 1 hour into a bearish candle. Okay. But as long as respecting this data point, like now we have that high that basically been formed after that low right here. So the bias of that candle right now, it is bullish, right? So every like candle that comes after the high that is bearish or a retracement or identifies a retracement inside the range. So that's an internal delivery. You have to look why it's doing it, right? We have low resistance low right here. That's why it's been delivering that. And then we have to follow that story basically. And that's where you can like start applying the fib on it and follow the entire story as it unfolds. Okay, you see we retraced 50% on that retracement and it's been bought right here. You see, now we're back in almost 0%. So that candle is currently bullish, right? And I'm on the 1 minute. I can go to second chart and show you the same exact stuff. you know. So we have our 15-minute candle right now that is a bearish bias. If I'm looking at my narrator tree, it's gonna be released eventually. We have our 1 hour that is bullish on the bias, and we have our 4 hour that is bullish on our bias, but both are in retracement right now because of that bearish candle here. Let me reapply the fib on it so I can track this basically. I trade ICT since 2 years now, but I always struggle with reading the price action. I feel like the OHLC stuff answered my question. That's why. Yeah, obviously. It's just a different perception. And, the more type of perception you have, the more you can build your vision. And the better your vision is, the more accurate you become, basically. I've been pretty consistent so far in the 2026 mentorship. Been posting almost every day. There's few days that I've said, look, give you a break today, like so, give you like some time to catch up slowly. And but overall, we've been delivering, and we're gonna be done pretty soon. There's like few episodes left. So if you never started before, like I would start from the first episode. Let me post the link of the playlist, so if some of you guys haven't really looked into at all, I'll give you the link here in the chat. So it's like maybe bookmark this. That's the entire series so far. So you got a small expansion here. That expansion picking the high of that retracement. It's pretty choppy, right? But like it doesn't matter. I can read the entire story just because I understand the direction of that OHLC. Now if we take that current 1 hour high and that previous 1 hour high, we have low resistance right here. Okay. And the real beautiful stuff is that large imbalance right here. And I'll just put a middle line on it, okay? Because if we don't have the midpoint on it, like it's gonna be hard to like determine it. So I like to go at least for midpoint. Then in terms of big figure, we have our 500 right here. Like we'll see, right? We'll see if it's possible to go back there for today, right? We'll sweep internally lows to get us above 27,435. Pre-market was solid. It was nice, yeah. I look into it was great. I really like that signature that we saw right here. Like this one right here, like that candle that formed the low of the day at 950. You see how it's retracing inside of that and basically retrace 90% of that candle right here. And then start expanding again. Now I'm kind of like just going for these imbalances here from the 9 a.m. high and the 7 a.m. low. Yeah. So you see that 1 hour right here? Which is also our 4 hour, by the way. Like that current 1 hour is perfectly aligned with the 4 hour. Like, so the first hour of that 4 hours is the same exact thing as the 1 hour. So I'm looking at this 1 hour the same way. Okay, if I was the same lens. Now I'm looking on the 1 minute to understand the mechanics inside. I watched the 2022 mentorship and I see people suggest 2023 and some 2016. Do you want like through the core content? Which is the core content is technically 2016. 2016, right? Like, so you haven't seen like that the core content really? Let me see. I'll show you the playlist so you can see what I mean by it. On my look, I built a playlist here if you want. That's the 2016 playlist of the core content, but it's like perfectly it's like perfectly let me show you real quick. It's like I created the playlist from all of his videos, but I put it all in order here. So you're basically able to like track the entire stuff, you know, and it's going till the end. You see? So you get everything basically here. And it's still like it's not uploaded on my channel. It's his videos. Just like I created like a public playlist that has everything in perfect order. So it's just easier. Like instead of like going from month 5 to month 6, like you have everything right here. And then there's also like a plugin and like don't look at these type of stuff because like I already watch everything, right? I know there's like a plugin. Oh, we're going back to 50% here. There's like a plugin that's called like something like Watch Videos, YouTube, or whatever. It's like a Chrome plugin that you can put on Google Chrome. And what it actually does is if you watch the entire video, it's gonna like put like a big tag on over the videos. It's called like it's gonna say like watch or something like this. And like big over the thumbnail. So you know that you already watched this one. So you can like basically keep tracks better what you're doing. You see, like they're buying 61.8 now here to the exact point. Let me go back on 15-second here. Oh man. Look at this. Volume and bounce. Yeah, I really like to go for these high right here. So that high right here. You see that high and that high are close proximity. On the low we have the same thing. Can I just select this line here? Yeah. We have the same thing on the low, but right now this candle is bullish. The reason why is because look, from 2 p.m., right, the open of the hour, that's our low right here, and that's our high right here. So like, what is the price is doing right now? It's retracing lower. Okay, it's retracing from the high to that low here. Let me show you. Oh, that's the old version, man. Let me see. Update the script. Yeah, I would start with the core content, obviously. That's really, really important. Because that's a language. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to understand anything? Like, I would personally start with the 2016, and then I would go into 2022. And then you go into 2023, and then you go into 2024. And I think you're going to be good. And you can also watch my 2026 stuff of mine. That for sure going to help. For sure going to help. See, that sounds scary right now, but you understand exactly what's going on. Yeah, if you don't have the 2016, like, you don't even know what a fair value gap is. Like, the real stuff, I'm not talking about, oh, this is a fair value gap, like the real mechanics behind. I'm on a 15-second chart, guys, right now. Okay. And I'm just tape reading right now. So I'd like to go for these high right here because we have that large imbalance on 1 hour here. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That gave me chill, dude. Look at this. That guy's fucked up, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you need the 2016 100%. It's probably the most important. I mean, look, I'm going to show you something real quick, okay? Maybe you never saw that before. Maybe you saw that before. I don't know. Let me show you real quick so you can tell me what you think. Can you guys see this, right? You can see this? Let me see real quick. So that is the core content. Like, these are all my notes, okay? These are literally all my notes from month one, month two, month three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can see these are like, 300, 400 pages all of them, you know? So, like, there's a lot of notes in there. But that's like the language. If you don't understand the language, how are you gonna be able to understand the rest? You know. So in my opinion, that's the most important one. And I have like the same thing for every single series and every single years and every single mentorship, literally. But yeah, these are brick, man. Look at this. A lot of stuff in there. Then there's nothing done with AI. It's been done like long time ago. There was like not even Chat GPT out yet. So these are all manual notes. They're the best. That's again a retracement here, expansion here. Let me extend this beautiful guy right here. Can we explode these high? I'd like to. They're looking pretty stack on the 1 minute here. Very, very stack on the 1 minute. Like very stack. Like to see that 15-minute change in a state of delivery here on his own OHLC. This could be green basically, right? The guy's crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy actually. Totally not normal. Reclaim that small volume imbalance and inversion here. Nice. That's a lot of range, man. That's disgusting, but still not bad. I understand what's going on right here. So, like, you know, another volume bounce right here. These are pretty good signature. You can fly, you can fly. Maybe we have like a playlist song we can put that could fly this thing higher. You see, you get all the back as well. Every one of my study book has like the index behind of all the episode. Like month 10 has like 20 episodes. Can you believe that? So like let's say like I need to see something, in my month 1 I have all the index of every month. So like I'm just opening the first page and on the first page I have the same thing but for every month. So automatically I can like let's say I want to study something specific like the index future AM trend. I could go there and just find it quickly and just look at all my notes and it's going to be there. Tron will speak now. That guy. Retrace the 75% from the low right here. We'll get a copyright. Yeah, I have to be careful with that for sure. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, we're just tape reading here because I would not trade that really. It's pretty disgusting. If you look at the 1 minute here, let me show you right here the 1 minute. Look at this. Like, what is this, right? I mean, I understand what it is, but that's a lot of consolidation. Oh, that's pretty strong right here. If that could close higher in 15 seconds, 12, 11. We clearly picked that liquidity here. All low resistance here. Like, so if Trump's peaking right here, it's maybe gonna go for that. YouTube is quick. Yeah, dude. And even like, look, back then I was utilizing these are scam, right? I'll show you real quick. So there's just for the information, there's high resistance on is from the high to the low right here. Inside there's a high resistance here. It's pretty decent. So there's liquidity been taken on that low here. This could go basically red like this. And that's just in term of mathematics. There's 175. Okay, $1.75 below the low. Interesting. Um, yes, I was using these no copyright strike music, no copyright music or whatever, and that's a big scam, dude. Like, look, I'm gonna explain the scam how it works, right? These people, they're creating non-copyright music channel, so you can actually, utilize that music on your videos because they allow you to do it. And what happened is eventually, like 2 3 years after, what they're doing is they just like flip the copyright thing on it, and they change the title of the videos, and it says it's not saying that it's copyright free now. So like, imagine you're like a ton of people utilize these music right on their videos, putting that, trusting that guy, saying, look, it's not copyright strike, problematic or anything like that. And eventually what happened is you're basically, getting striked because that guy was basically planning his shit for a long time. That happened to me in multiple live stream videos that I have to delete because of that. It's crazy, man. It's very crazy. These people are dumb, dude. Doing that shit's pretty retard. I don't know. Not cool. So you're kind of like trusting the guy for like these copyright music thing, and eventually he's just striking you. Like, what? Not cool. Hey, what's up, man? Damn, this is pretty disgusting here. Look, if you see the 5 minute here, you're gonna be tripping. Let me show you the 5 minute. See that? Look at this. That's the real definition of like, a break. That's the definition of a break. Did we like actually repick that low here? Let's see. Real quick, let me see. I want to like copy this. 27,421, and then we have 27,421. That's perfect relative equal low here. Sounds interesting. And body reject twice 75. Interesting. Married to the chart. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see if I can put it on the hourly here so we could have the real range. So I can actually delete this. Oh, this. There we go. Now we have the automation on. That's our current dealing range from that low to that high. And from that high, that is a retracement in discount. So like that green box, right? Every discount and arrays inside of that are nice. And if we eventually pick that low here, that's changing the dynamic entirely for that hour. Okay, flip this, return inside. Interesting. There's something going on here. Paying attention to that. And the problematic is like if we're picking that low, that's also our 4 hour low. Do you utilize prop firm? Yeah, I used to utilize prop firm, but I use my main account, my own money basically. It's much better. Much better. Love to read price when it's doing everything we don't expect. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't expect anything. I never expect anything because expectation lead to deception in all cases. There we go. Now you see that 1 hour and that 4 hours change is directional bias. So now we're bearish. So if it's going back and take that high again, now we can realign for higher prices. But from here, I have to wait. I have to be careful. Okay, so now we can delete this, delete that. Take these two low. These are low resistance, remember, right? They're nice. So like it could start high, going higher, but I don't want to participate in that because now we have that inversion that just happened, or that typical reversal. These are nice, man. I would slam these high eventually. But yeah, dude, I never expect anything. Like nothing. Never, 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 never. Think about it. Every time you expect something and it didn't happen the way you wanted to see it happen, you're just getting like, you know, kind of like just a negative experience. You don't want that. So I'm never expecting anything at all. So the goal is just to read price the way you could read it, and that's it. There's no expectation at all. If you take a trade because you absolutely know it's going to go for that, you're not expecting it, you just read it. And you know exactly where to invalidate your trades. Since you're basically engaging with the market and you're invalidating the ID somehow with specific invalidation, like the outcome's gonna be what it's gonna be. There's no expectation on like, oh man, I'm gonna run for that profit and make a bank today. That's not how that works. Those doing that are the most like they're the people that destroy themselves over time, and that's basically creating that bad like negative energy that you don't want. Right. So yeah, man, I really never, never, never expect anything. Now we're back to 50% of our previous 1 hour range. So like you see, that's 1 p.m. right here. On my notepad, I have a specific number right here I'd like to put on the chart. And it's 27406.5. I don't know if you guys remember what it is, but you have to study if you don't. I've said it in the beginning of the stream. Look, I'm going to put that on my notepad here. And then your answer is basically right here. Okay. Lunch high, exactly. Dude, man, you're following. That's great. That's 12 o'clock high. So I'm utilizing that high as a discount raise as price trading above it, right? And yeah, now you see it trading below. Not even like it's returning above. Good afternoon, man. See, now we're trading below, but we have to wait. These are 15-second, okay? So, you know, like when you have price trading above that, now that's your discount raise. What else do we have? Let me see real quick. Okay, looks great. So the imbalance technically closed here. Let me show you. You see in between the 2 p.m. low and the 12 a.m. high, 12 p.m. high was basically an imbalance, and now it's basically closed. Okay, so in terms of efficiency, it's pretty efficient now. That's our NWOG low, 227, 4, 325. And that's our 6 p.m. open value, 27, 4, 325. It's the same value, right? So, okay. At 2 p.m. low, interesting as much, like 27, 396.75. That fractal, I want to look into this time frame here. That's our 50% of the hour here. From our dealing range, from that high to this low right here. We're at 50% of the previous candle. Yeah, slightly like lower. You see, that's your previous 1 hour. That's 50% right here. Right, so in terms of discount, you have like a discount of the previous hour range. This one here. Trading below that. That's our 75% low. We didn't go for that. That's interesting. And you have our OT in this area here. I'll keep that level here because it's interesting. We trade above that, we could realize that arrays. And all of this are so smooth right here. Look at this. Interesting. That's our level I was talking about. We could utilize as an inversion here. I'll just type it here. Lunchtime high. I like the wicks right here. Nice. So like from 12 to midpoint, that would be a small trade we could, easily take. The problem is when you do that, you're basically going against the bias. So you have to be careful. Hello, what's up, man? Are you planning also one-on-one? Yeah, it's gonna be next month probably. And there's gonna be few people selected, obviously, because I don't want to have a new job. You know what I mean? Like the goal from trading is freedom, right? So if you're now doing one-on-one to like 25 people, even if it's paying you, like I don't want that. The truth is I would never like charge enough, you know. So like, just want to help people at this point. But yeah, it's gonna happen next month. Maybe five slot, maybe maximum. 5 to 10 slot. Maximum. No resistance here. Does Trump have said anything yet, or? I mean, the one-on-one would be like very custom and personal for your. You're basically telling me what your goals are, and then from there we could basically start a plan with it and walk the same way, make you realize that goal. See, like I said, that 12 p.m. to that 50% level. Not in a mentorship, but on the 1v1. So, like one-on-one or like personal one-on-one lessons or just like one-on-one coaching or whatever you call it. It's obviously for the more serious people. Those that feel that they're so close, and they just like need a small bump. Like I see, I know a lot of people that are very close from being like to the light. You know what I mean? They're very close to be there. But yeah, I mean, not really, to be honest. Not really. Cause like I'm gonna give you a truth right here. Is like again, most beginner has very high expectation, and over time when you're doing these things for a while now, like let's say you're like in the third, fourth, 5 year of development, you're like, all right, now I understand better. Like you're more mature, basically. That's kind of like what I'm looking for in terms of one-on-one, which is the more mature people that understand theirs. Obviously. Mm-mm-mm. This could deliver the low, by the way. Like, be careful. Like, no, do not like try to gamble on that. All right. Like our current 1 hour and 4 hours bearish, like that is the low right here. So that is a retracement. That's an expansion. There you go. You see, repick the low here. Now we have high resistance here. Come on, sell side. Yeah. I would see all of this right here that we've currently seeing as basically an induction. To what is an induction is basically the goal is to basically trap as much possible of sellers. And as you can see, like all these low resistance high right here are basically ready for delivery. Just it is what it is. You'll see what I mean by that later on. You guys like took any trade this morning? If it was a loss, don't be shy, right? It's normal. I mean, everybody has loss as well. I do lose as well. Not every day, obviously, but it's normal, man. No trade. That's smart, man. I wasn't like in front of the chart this morning. You know, being buzzy on the new driveways and doing quotation and stuff like that for the new driveways. Is everyone in here like started the 2026 mentorship that I've done, or is it expensive to live in Canada? Yeah, I would say yeah, pretty much. That's why you have to make more. 938 candle for 30 points. Oh, not bad. It's like trading is the best tool you can actually achieve some sort of counter inflation mechanism. Like, I don't know if you guys understand the inflation, how it works, right? But most people don't, okay? Oh, you're currently on episode 40? Oh man, you're gonna be crazy. Yeah, like when you jump like into these, like let's say the chapter 3, like, you're gonna be amazing. Like, it's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here? So, like, all the food costing like so much money right now. If you go to a grocery store and you see like all that food, it's pretty expensive relative to what it used to be. You understand? Like, do you remember that, or do you like probably like notice that? All right, so you notice that. Great. So, can go food shopping without spending 150. Prices are much higher now than 15 years ago. Yeah, obviously. But that's the thing, right? Look, the price are technically the same like the value is the same thing basically. The problem is like the more they print money, right, the more like diluted the money is. So like the value of that dollar is not as strong as it used to be. So like the sellers or the people that sell like the goods or whatever, they have to put their price higher to get the same value they used to have. You know what I mean? That's the inflation. So let's say you have like $1 devaluated. Yeah, obviously, yeah. But like these store, right? There's two type of inflation. And you'll notice that as well. Okay, so look, let's say you have like one bottle of whatever. Okay, like bottle of whatever. So either they're putting the price higher that equal the same value as it used to be. Okay, right? It's being equal as it used to be. So now the price is up. So like the perception of the customer is like, oh man, price is going up. Right? So like it sounds like a scam, but it's the same exact value as it used to be. Just like the dollar doesn't worth much as it used to be. So like that's where the price going up. So the goods that you're buying is basically increasing in value, but the value is the same. And then your salary is still the same too. That's the problem, right? But look, that's the thing. There's also shrinkflation, which is a different thing. So like that bottle right here is gonna be smaller, right? They're putting it smaller, but similar to what it used to be. So like people don't really notice that this bottle is smaller, and the price like not increase. It's stay the same, right? Stay the same as, but the product itself becomes smaller. Okay, not sure if you understand that. All right, so new hour here, 3 p.m. Let's see what type of highs and lows we're creating here. You have the high right here, the low right here. The high is formed after the low. Reading it. But yeah, shrinkflation is probably the worst. Like you go to buy something like a whatever barbecue sauce, and you're like, man, that barbecue sauce used to be so much bigger than that. What's going on here? And that's the same price that it used to be. So you're like, what? That's the worst, man. They call that shrinkflation. Type it on Google, you'll see what I mean. And sometimes it's the same size, but they add more style to the bottle that basically reduce the juice that you get inside. It's wild, man. Give you a slider and advertise as a quarter pound. Yeah, I mean, these are also different stuff. Like, the cheese, bro. The cheese, they can put like water. Same thing with like the meat, they can put water inside that weight more, all these things are crazy shit, man. What do you want to do, right? There's nothing to do for that. 25% retracement here. See, like, I'm inside this 1 hour here and reading it. Canada's a good place to live. Yeah, I would say yes. Not bad. Not the best, obviously, but it's not bad. I mean, we saw like an increase of violence in the street like recently, last couple of months, which we never saw before. That's 3 p.m. open right here too, by the way. There's 58 minutes left on that. These are free indicator, by the way, like that one right here. That's pretty nice. This is very good stuff. See, that hour just changed the state of delivery here, picking the low after the high. So that's basically changing here. And you can expect at the beginning of an hour to see change all like this. That's why most of people, they just wait for that hour to be like more developed, basically. Yeah, Canada's not too bad. The only thing is like the winter is pretty long. But like if you travel in winter, like, you know, if you're a Canadian, basically you can go the United States for 6 months a year without like any type of visa and stuff like that, because we're like very close neighborhood. So like it's just like some sort of advantage like this. Opening price, that's the most important value, man. That value here, the open value is 27,399. That's like, think about the first presented fair value gap on ICT language, right? It's the same thing, but that's the first presented tick of the hour. That's the first initial value. That's what you work around. Um, I've worked like as a 911 responder for a while. Okay, so I've been put under extremely amount of stress. So like for me, my body just adapted that. So that helped for sure in trading, and it's been like, a blessing to have that skill. Because when you're in control of what you're doing, man, that's a little bit dangerous for other people, right? So for some reason, I've been placed into these jobs for preparing myself for trading somehow. Like when you receive a call and there's someone dying on the line, you're like, all right. It's like it's not, it's not a small deal. You have to stay calm. You have to, help that person like going through like what is going through basically. So that for sure helped me a lot. So trading is like a small beer relative to what I used to do, right? If you can say like this. I mean, I only use prop firm for fun, to be honest. I don't really need to. Like right now, I have zero prop firm account. I don't need it. See how we treat that open price right here? So what is this, right? That's a retracement. That's an expansion. Because we understand the bias of that hour here. There we go. New expansion, new low being created. We took that previous 1 hour low. These are distribution, by the way, so. But when I used to, utilize prop firm, I was reading all the rules. That's the probably the most important thing that everybody's ignoring. Like before you actually trade it, like before you actually buy an account, you have to read all the rules. I don't know if all of you guys read the rules. I don't think so. Hopefully you guys are. If you did, that's amazing, right? Because prop firm is like a game, right? You have to read the rules of the game to win. If you don't, you're not going to be able to do anything. Unless you're just gambling and get lucky, right? Which we don't want to do that. There's a lot of rules in these prop firm, man. It's not only, it's just do intraday drawdown and this and that and like 3 rules. Like there's more than 3 rules, man. I'll tell you right now. But yeah, the best thing you can do is have your own account later on. I promise you, it's gonna change everything. The small bullish imbalance here. Tap into. Look at that high, that high, that high, that high, this high, this high. All of these high. I'd like to trade above the 12 p.m. high. Like show me strength, going back for that level and just start accumulating higher. What's your favorite thing to do outside of trading? I like to read books, dude. I love cars too, not gonna lie. But the cars thing is just enjoyable in summertime in here. That's the problem, right? Most of my cars are stored for winter, so. What car I like? I like these Mercedes car, man. I've worked there for a while, like long time ago. Probably like 15 years ago, I've worked there. That's my first job. What's your current read? I'm reading this hour as bearish as we're looking at it. This is the high of the hour. This is the low of the hour that's been created after the high. So that is a retracement. That's an expansion. So there's a high probability we just return for that low here. And I can see a lot of liquidity on these high, but market isn't interested by that right now. Some sort of induction right here. Looking at the lower quadrant here. Very interesting. What book are you reading? I have a lot of books, man, but it's more like I got a lot of book about how the mind works, how the consciousness works. I've read different Bible. I got a lot of books, man. A lot of books, like a lot of finance books too. I would recommend one book. That's basically this book here. Let me show you real quick. It's that book right here. That explain a lot of things. Okay. It took me 10 years. Let me see real quick. That's on 1 minute here. Yeah, we're very close from it. Didn't tap on it. It's very, very close from it. Better than building car suspension. Yeah, for sure. Now we're back above 12 a.m. high right here. Pretty decent. You see now that hour is changing its state of delivery by picking the high after the low, right? So that's the sequencing I'm talking about. 2026 mentorship. Like these are the very important factor you have to take in consideration here. So now that's our premium range that we have here. I'd like to see a retracement and potential discount. We have these bullish imbalance. And then now we can start attacking some of these high here. That's our 50% of the previous. That thing is flying. Is this Trump like texting anything right now? Or let me see. Let me see. Let me see, dude. There's clearly something going on here. This bullshit stuff. Yeah, it's not good at all. Small retracement expansion again on these 25% level. I don't have the Edward Bernays books, I believe. Let me see real quick. Edward Bernays books. No, I don't have these one. I bought one micro 27,400. I hope this one flies. I mean, we don't hope anything, dude. Like we're just like that's a good entry, pretty good. Like it's below the open of the hour. But if you're already in profit, I would like consider this as well. That's pretty decent, not bad. It's like almost $18 move. Right. Because like there's a retracement to anticipate. There's a buy side imbalance here, very strong. There's high resistance on these low right here on the 1 hour. See, that's the retracement right here. 25%. That's the last hour. Like right now, the liquidity is really here. We're basically above 50% of the 2 p.m. candle right here. Look, I have another framework I could show you here real quick. This one here. Let me put it on the one. I'll just like reset it. 1 hour. Fractal on the 1 hour here. See, that's our previous 1 hour high, P60 high, P60 equilibrium, P60 low. We have our current low of the hour right here, 27,390.5, and it's our current 1 hour high right here. So the bias of this hour is bullish. And then we have high resistance on that low relative to this one. Now we're retracing inside the previous range, but that's an expansion here. Why you don't connect with ICT? I think there's no way I could connect with ICT other than I think is watching some of my stuff actually, but is just keep staying silent. You know what I mean? I think it's probably just enjoying. Probably just enjoying, looking at the stuff I'm doing, and that's it. That's great. I mean, if that's the case, if it's not like, I'm sure like he's clearly aware of what I'm doing. I guess, right? Hopefully, it is. And I think he likes to stay like a ghost. You know what I mean? Observing what's going on in my mind in real time, doesn't really need to say anything. $15 new high right here. That is beautiful. Look at this. 75% at previous 1 hour here. Extremely strong. See, that fractal here is our current 1 hour high. So that candle right here is a retracement inside the range. And as that is flip bullish, it's continuing higher. See, it's closing bearish, so that's a retracement. That candle re-expand. They didn't take the high because the fractal is right here now. I never talk with him at all. Never. But I used to be some co-host of the Trader Roundup stuff, and while he was there, but if you tell me, like if you ask me if I have a question for him, I have zero question, man. Like it could be one of the best opportunity of my life to ask a question, but I don't have any question. Everything is so clear. Like I don't have any question at all. Zero. It would take months to find one question, really. Like one really good question that is not validating anything that I know. Because like most of people, they're not really asking any question. They're just asking for validation. Like they already know the answer, but if they're asking it and they get the answer that kind of validate what they ask, that's what most people do. They already know the answer, and then they're asking the question just to receive the same answer that they desire to receive, to validate their question, really. Because If you've been studying for a long time, all of his concept, dude, there's no way you have any question. It's all there, already there. So clearly, if you don't know something, it's because you haven't studied enough. That's the truth. And since like the rules of the trader roundup stuff is Fight Club, you don't have to like give any thanks or anything like that. Like I would not be able to like say anything other than just saying that I'm grateful, but he's not able. He doesn't want to hear that. I think that's why he said he would have to find another space where a real conversation happened. When he said that, I might have missed that one. Well, I mean, I believe the enigma is in your head, dude. That's like the mastery of you being able to like see in real time what's going on. And that's acquired over experience. There's no like secret stuff. Everything has been released already. The only thing I've never saw before was my candle pair theory stuff. I never saw that, so like that's why I've put a name on it. But some instance, it's a rejection block. What I'm talking about. But the problem is like it's not a rejection block if I'm bearish and there's like low resistance on these lows. So like that's where. What do you think about the story about him getting kidnapped to a van? That's not true, dude. That's just a man. The guy is a funny guy, dude. He's playing a character. Do you understand that? It's just to make people talk. Like the car accident analogy, right? That's what he's doing. Same thing with the how do you call it, the trading competition or whatever, like the Robin Scott. If like let's say it would have win the entire competition, nobody would have said anything. But since he's like not even like participating, well, now everybody's talking about it, and that's good because that pull people into his stuff. His name is circulating around. You get the point here. That guy is very smart, man. Extremely smart. It's one of the most smart people that I know. Sincerely. But that's the thing. You have to difference the characters from the guy. Like the teacher in him and like the character he's playing online. That's two different persons. Reverse psychology, exactly. I mean, he's doing a lot of tricks that nobody see that coming at all. You think end of the world is coming? That's why he's giving all the secret. No, there's no end of the world, man. Bro, like the world has been existing for 7,000 years. you know, the civilization's a different thing, but the world's still gonna be there. There's no way they're gonna explode the rock and that rock's gonna become like a particle. It's always gonna stay the way it is because everything is on balance. Everything is like recycling itself. I'm studying everything you're showing to us. I'm from Poland. Thanks a lot. Hey, welcome, man. You're welcome. Hope you like it. Hope you take a lot of notes. There's a lot of gem in there, dude. No, I don't think I would delete anything. I don't think I would delete anything. I've deleted some stuff in the past because like I just wanted to have like the mentorship on the YouTube really. Because like more stuff equal more confusion, right? And the most important thing is really just my mentorship of this year. That's it. You know, there's nothing else you need really. Yeah, these are just civilization really. Like the world's still gonna be there. Do you keep contact with your best student? Yes, obviously, yes. I got a few of them that make so much money right now, they're not even in the group anymore. That's great, dude. They don't need to. These are the guys that really study my shit, you know. Like, it was almost excessive, and that's, you know. Yeah, for sure. But the second coming is to establish peace, you know. That's the goal. Any program after the mentorship will end. I mean, I don't think like next year I'll be doing a free mentorship again. Like that's probably the only one. I wanted to show like the potential, you know. Yeah, again, right? God works in a mysterious way. We cannot expect anything. We just have to be grateful every day to be still here, right? That's a physical world that we're living in. I think the real peace come after that physical world. And that's pretty logic, isn't it? That's the high right here, the current hour. All of the bullish candle that you see right here are expansion, and all the bearish candle are retracement from that high. So you have to understand why the price is retracing and why the price expand. Ground troops. I think these are all cinema stuff. You know what I mean? I know they're real, but they're still cinema, in my opinion. Beside ICTs, there's someone you admire in the space. That's a really good question, man. That's a really good question. I would need few minutes to think about it. And my answer would be very I don't think there's anybody else. I don't think there's anybody else. Yeah, all these war stuff, dude, these are all distraction. Like you're while you're focusing on these things, there's like market moving, you know what I mean? What about someone trading style you like or respect? You have trade with many of the big name. Like that would be selfish, but I would say there's only one person that I respect in the market, man, or in the industry in general. and that would be ICT. You know, there's nobody else, man. But specifically those that promote these prop firm all the time, and it's just like I don't know, dude. This is my opinion, right? But oh, there we go. Look at this 60-minute coming in. Yeah, I would say there's nobody else, man. Even if I think really hard right now, there's nobody else. Like not even like Larry William, all that. So I don't care about that. So it is what it is, right? That sounds selfish, right? No, but there's nobody else. It's a great move by the buyer. Yes, sir. Great discount, man. That 12 o'clock high right here was a pretty decent discount. Look at how price is flying above that. So that turns into a discount, a raise. That high right here. And now we're pretty close from these high I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. So I'd like to go like at least 50% of that. Or even like 25%. We'll see, right? About like Kit Mickey focus, all that. I don't really know their trading style as much as I could. That's the thing, right? When you're really focused on your own stuff, like you're not really seeing what others are doing. I know there's a lot of copycat in the industry that was just pretty annoying, but what do you want to do, right? The copycat are just annoying to those that create original content, you know. So there's a big difference like in the market. There's like these influencers and these creators. Like there's a big difference in between these two things. Right? These people wants followers and these people wants fans. That's a big difference. Looks pretty good. That's a retracement here from that high because we're in premium, so we're redistributing premium to some of these discounts. I'm a copycat. Copy what I mean, that's fine if you copy it for yourself, but if you start, doing content and copying the stuff, that's not good. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I learned from ICT, and I'm not ashamed to say that I use a lot of his stuff in my stuff. But, I'm able to create some stuff that never been showcased before, really. Clearly, if you think he's a copycat, you don't really know anything. Are you talking about me or like? Yeah, Fernando, I'd like to create my own trading floor. I have this in my mind for a while now. You know, the OHLC floor would be nice. That'd be sick. Having some of the computer, like, you know, walking around, everybody's making. I don't know. That's an idea I have in my mind. I'd like to start my own hedge fund sometime. Because next year I would be able to make. We'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, everybody would be in, you know. David's like top 10 human being on Earth. Appreciate that, dude. Oh, that's a pretty decent retracement we have right here. Let me show you. See, premium, 50%, back to 50%. That's our discount. That's a very quick delivery here. So, like, everybody that was chasing that move up has been basically distributed all. I mean, this year, 2026, was my ultimate goal was to help as much people I could. You know, just show them like that is possible and show them like some of the stuff that I've learned over time that actually works for me. Look at this reaction of 50% here. That's great. That's an expansion here, by the way. Like the body, the current body of the candle would looks like this from the open to that value here. So like there's a wicks right here on the high, and there's the bottom wicks right here in the 1 hour. So like I could see it on the 15-second, the way it looks like. You know, I don't have to plug that box, but that box could be plugged with that tool here. Let me show you real quick. That's my premium indicator here. That's a very, very nice tool. Look at that. There's a lot of stuff in there, dude. It's pretty saucy here. So all the fair value gap with every single imbalances. The swing high, algorithmic swing highs and lows. These are decent stuff. There's all the session you can turn toggle on and off. Look at this. Show current price box. Let me show you real quick. You see now, you see the candle high, the candle low, the open value, which is our open value that we have here. It's the closing price that's moving around. See, like now it's expanding, so it's following the current body, the current high that we formed. That's the expansion. That retracement was a retracement from premium to discount. You see that green box that we have right here? That's the discount of the dealing range. You see 50% being attacked perfectly. Previous 60-minute as well. It start rally like a beast right now. Let's keep it like this. Is this free? That's a lifetime payment basically. It's $45. And then you have it for your lifetime. There's no like monthly fees or anything like that. And they also include all the updates that I'm doing. It's just like the reason why I charge for that in any case because I put so many time behind it. You know, like coding all the features inside of that, bro. Like it's insanely wild. AI was not as good as today right now, so. Which indicator is this? That's the OHLC by FX4 Living. That's my baby, dude. That's my baby. It's called OHLC. It's doing everything. Everything. See, I could see the 15-minute liquidity, like time-based liquidity. Look. See, 15-minute high has been taken here, and that 15-minute low is relative equal. Oh, interesting, right? 5-minute. See? 5-minute low, 5-minute high. It's on my website if you guys want to see that. Right here. Enjoy your content. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you, Ben. You're welcome. See? Retracement again. Let's put a fib on that. 61.8. Flying. Yeah, I prefer to be on my own. The only person I talk right now is Focus. That's the only person I really talk to. Oh, you have it? Nice. Man, you should use that. It's powerful. Pretty good stuff. There, I have a lot. That's the thing, right? There's the FX4 model. I have it right here. There's my second baby, I would say. Like, it's the one that initially helped me a lot understanding everything that I know now. And I also have the 30-minute opening range. This one, like, I'll give him some love a little bit soon. There's slight more stuff I'd like to refine on that. Mine just look very different than. That's weird. Focus a great guy, yeah, for sure. It's a brother in Christ, you know. I like him. You have the same value, pretty much, you know. He's been doing a lot of progress this year. He's been working on himself, you know, a lot of things. Yeah, it looks slightly different on the phone, yeah. Or do you have like a computer that you trade on, or that's not a mentorship? That's just like some type of private group where he's doing some price reading. He said he doesn't want to teach anything because everything has already been said. You know, really like. The narrator 3 will be a separate indicator because I want to conserve the narrator 2 the way it is right now. I don't want to change it. Like, it's part of the legacy. So like the 2 will remain the same. There we go. I think we have the expansion till the close. I'm going to close this stream at 16 o'clock, which is 4 p.m. Fly, baby, fly. We have these high to take out right here. There we go. Boom, baby. It's coming. It's just waiting for time. Yeah, right? Boom. That was nice to watch. That was great. And that's also 25% of that imbalance here. So look, if I put a fib on that right here from that high, it's perfect. Look at this. I'll just reverse it real quick. There you go. Man, that was clean, isn't it? Damn, look at this. Exploded. Oh man, that was great. You see, like, I get a good experience even if I didn't engage on that. You know what I mean? But I'm still on the trade. Like, I'm on a big trade right now from 23,000. Look at this. 23,000. Right? Can you imagine that? I bought at 23,000 right here. Yeah, in that area basically right here. Right here, the like where we are right now, like 20. Let me see. Imagine 23,000 to 27,500, dude. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy trade. And I'm still on the trade. I put like 88% off that trade, but I'm still 12% in. You and Cold Brew are the only one I heard about at 23. I don't know. It's been like a while I haven't seen Cold Brew really. Kind of disappeared. I don't know. But yeah, dude, 23 like this price right here, like whatever you calculate the way you want, like just calculate it with 1 micros. You'll see what it is. you know. That's why I don't have to like chase these moves right. Like since then, I'm kind of like just chilling, man. Like, but I like to read these things. These are pretty decent run. But yeah. And now we're back inside this imbalance. That was the beginning of the stream. That was I wanted to see price inside of that. We basically distributed on. I said that's an induction of liquidity, and that was exactly what it is. Confirm right now, literally confirm. And we utilize that 12 p.m. high as a discount raise as we trade above that. 50% of the range right here was basically, attack at that time. Retake the high, confirm the order flow even more. Explode that high, reach the 25% of the range of that imbalance. It's the up lower quadrant of it. Look at the value here, 27,445. Beautiful. That was nice. I have to go. Wish you a great day. Have a great day, man. See you next time. Appreciate you coming. What are your thoughts about trap order flow? What do you mean by that? Is that a new theory? Trap order flow. I never heard about that. So it's maybe like a different name for something that I know. So like we're about to enter the MOC, market on close. MOC, right? We're about to go into that. And this is basically the framework I use for that. This one. Oh, I need to go in 1 minute, obviously, here. Oh man, look at this. I think there's some data missing here, like where you literally tap 50%. Yeah. What the fuck? My 15-second chart are bugged right now, seems like. Oh no, it's going. What? Okay, we just literally hit it. As I was flipping the time frame, we reached 50%. I was confused for a second. Damn. That's the market on close right here. It's from 350 to 4. Damn. Tuning from Kenya. I do appreciate your work. Hey, welcome, man. Time cycle legit. I mean, the real time cycle or the time frame. Ooh, look at this. See that first presented fair value gap from PM. We utilize it right here. We're basically reclaiming that PM opening range high 27,439.75 on that delivery that we saw right here. It was nice. It was great. That was great. That was great. And our 4 hour is also bullish right now. So great. Why is the OHL academies for 90 days? Because like we've tested out the 30 days. Most people was not even like studying anything in terms of like content, and it was like, oh man, 30 days, like that academy is terrible, it's not doing anything for me. Yeah, but you've just been there for 30 days and you maybe study 10% of the overall content. So like the result of that was basically giving me pretty bad feeling. I was like, I need to give these people more time. So like for the same price, I would basically include 90 days. Like in 90 days, you have more time to reach at least 50% of the content, right? And that actually result into better, like obviously better reviews, better, overall results. That's why we force people to go in 90 days instead of 30 days. Because 30 days would be cheaper, but the problem with that is like nobody able to like look at everything in 30 days. So like the judgment or the expectation of 30 days is terrible relative to 90 days. So like that's why I included everything in 90 days instead. So obviously I get less people, but I don't really care about it, right? I'm not here selling for money, right? I'm here to help people. And when people pay for that, they're just taking more care of like studying stuff. That's just the way it is. 90 minutes? I mean, 90 minutes like another time frame, it's like 3 hours. 1 hour and a half, so but I'd rather use the 1 hour, man, than 90 minutes. I would use 60 minutes rather than 90 minutes. That's just my opinion. Yeah, it's like the gym. Most people sign up for the gym, right? And they're not even showing up, and they said like gym's not work. But like, bro, like you didn't show up. What do you mean? We saw that like in January, where everybody's taking resolution. Oh man, I'm gonna sign up for the gym, and I'll be like, I'll be very good with that, and that's bullshit. If you don't show up, dude, you get nothing, right? It's not complicated. So that's the same thing with the mentorship. You're just signing up and you don't do anything. It's not gonna help you at all. So you have to kick your butt, dude, and be motivated and just do it. If that sounds boring, you have to change your mindset, really. Like I've said yesterday on my Twitter, everything that is hard come with the big reward, right? Literally everything that is hard to do comes with larger reward. So, are you there for the large reward, or are you just there for the small stimulation or the small pleasure that nobody wants, right? I could give you thousands of examples about it. The higher is for lifetime, yeah, exactly. So basically, you're keeping all the indicator for lifetime too, right? Like the mentorships come with the indicators, and it's 90 days of basically including all of the 2024 mentorship, all the 2025 mentorship, and the booster 21, which is basically an extra $100. It's included in that. And the booster 21 is all of the content about CPT candle pair theory stuff. And it's, in my opinion, really good stuff. Dude, when I was a noob, I was paying like thousands of dollars for mentorship, and that was all garbage, dude. So mine is technically free if you think about it. That's just the truth, man. Look, I'm gonna give you some example here, real quick. Let me show you real quick. Look at this. That guy signed up for a lifetime, all right? That guy has showing up almost every day for the last, I don't even know how much time, but like at least 8 years, all right? Every single year's putting all the worst. Look at this payout, man. Now his mentorship is paid off, right? And it's like, that's amazing, isn't it? And look at the date, dude. Look at the date. 4/24/2026. And then let me show you more. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's another guy here on 4/22/26. Look at this. 1250. So like the mentorship $300, right? It's already paid up. That's it. It's another guy right here. Look at this. $900. Look at this. Done, right? Again. This one was on 4/22 as well. And then there's another one right here, right? Look at this. 2.160. And then there's more, dude. I have a lot of payouts so far. And all of these payouts, the cool thing about it, let me show you real quick. That's the coolest thing. Let me show you real quick. It's too big? Come on, man. What do you mean? It's too big as well. Come on, man. Uh, well. Okay, let me put it smaller here. All right, look at this. Are you guys still there? Oh, we lost a lot of people, man. What's going on? Look at this. Xavier, not this one. Like, I have donated 5% of my payout to their local child protection association. Feel great to take the money from the market and share it with others. I will take my family to a small 2 days family vacation as well. My family support me and I want to give something back to them. Spending time together is the best thing. But it's just the beginning. More to come. Job is not done yet. Okay. Trust me, your donation will return to you at least 3 times. That's true. The sauce being shared in the 6. So yeah. So what it's happening right now is people in my group making money and also give it back to the community by helping others. So like that motivate me even more, okay? To help these guys. Like I've been working a lot of time for, these guys being able to make these things happen. And that is itself like something I really enjoy, man. Cuz I'm doing it too. I'm donating some of my payouts to these like companies that actually help other people, like homeless people, child stuff, all that good stuff. And that come back like the guy said, it's gonna come 3 times back. That's true. So like, is what it is. So yeah, we're working on that. Don't let those scammer traders steal your content. Yeah, I mean, I cannot do anything about it. That's the truth. That's why I just like want people to share what I'm doing. And from there, automatically, what it does, it basically, remove the ticking on the bombs, Because there's already people like trying to teach from the thing I've been saying like in my 2026. Like, what the hell, dude? It's been like a few months that I started that, and now like people like take the IDs and resell that. Like, come on, man, what you're doing, dude? Well, that 50% was nice. That 25 was great. These was the objective, and now market is closed. So There's like 14 minutes to go. All right, so I think I'm gonna close this right here, guys. That was fun. Appreciate you guys coming in. That was a great like tape read session. That was the goal. That was just to look at the market, what it does, and what like how we can interpret and read these things the way I've done. I've done it. So obviously, all the things I've been showing you today was part of the 26 mentorship playlist. And for those that don't have the link, I'll just post it again real quick. There we go. So catching you maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream tomorrow. Maybe that'd be nice. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoy your day, and then we're gonna be catching next time. And if you have any question, you can open a ticket on the Discord, like related to like subscription or anything like that. But I'm not pushing you towards that direction. You're taking your own decision. I think you're grown enough, right? All right. Appreciate you guys. See you guys next time. God bless. Ciao. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a great day too. Don't forget checking your DMs. I'll look into it. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.